So what if I told you we can create a React application that uses TypeScript with zero configuration? My name is Roy, and in this video, I'll be showing how to use Next.js to create powerful React applications that also support TypeScript. And the best thing of it all, we have to write zero configuration files. In a fresh VS Code project, the thing we'll be doing is we'll be using npx to create a new Next application. For this, we need to run npx create next app, and then we're going to be naming this next app my app. This might take a few seconds to actually set up the create next application. But first it's going to start asking us if we want to start using TypeScript. And I must say, I'm fairly triggered to actually say yes, but we're not going to say yes just yet because we're going to be starting with a JavaScript project and then adding TypeScript later on. But if you want to be done quickly, just press yes and you have a TypeScript configuration for your project set up without actually having to write the configuration, because Next.js will do all these things for you. But for now, I'm going to say no. And I do like to set up ESLint, and now it starts installing all the dependencies I need to actually start my project. So while this is loading, let me tell you a bit more about why I actually love Next.js. So Next.js has a wonderful way of doing routing. It's using file-based routing, meaning that if you create a new file inside a pages directory, this new file, if you call it people.js or tsx in this scenario as we're building TypeScript, you will get a new endpoint in your application that is called /people. And it's a very powerful way to do routing, but it might also be a way that might get complicated as your application grows. So it is something to keep in mind when choosing Next.js. So now Create Next App has finished setting up my new Next.js application. Let me cd into the working directory, which is called my app, where we can start exploring the application that has been created. I already mentioned Next.js as a file-based routing, meaning that if you would go into the pages directory, you can find the index.js file, which will be the homepage for this application. We can see a small error here, which actually I found out is due to missing prettier configuration in my ESLint file. So I can easily fix this by adding prettier in my ESLint file, like this. And then just save it and it should be all good. So this nasty error should be gone now, as it is. Also, it created an API route, which is pretty cool. With Next.js, you can also create API routes next to actually routes in your browser. But we won't be delving into API routes today. So let's go back to the index.js file. And actually, to run this project, we won't be using npm start. Instead, we'll be using npm run dev or yarn dev if you're using yarn. So why is this? If we go to the package.json file, you can see a start script that is there, but the start script is going to be assuming that you already built a bundle. But we won't be building a bundle. Instead, we'll be running a development server so we can actually start accessing our code while we're making changes in the editor. So to run the project, I need to use the command npm run dev, which will start the development server on port 3000 or 3001 in this case. Looks like I'll be getting an issue from Webpack, as it looks like I've been running a project in this directory earlier on. Let me see if we can actually delete this by deleting this file, moving this to trash, and then we're going to be restarting the development server. So now we made sure we have a fresh development server, and it looks like the error I saw earlier has been gone now. So let me go to the browser and find my project just here in Chrome. So this would be my Next.js homepage. So this is the starter application for Next.js, which has useful links actually to documentation, to learning sections, to examples, and more information about deploying your application to the cloud. We're going back to VS Code. Let's stop the development server for now, as we saw what the application looks like. Let me clear up my terminal. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be renaming this file from index.js to index.tsx. So why tsx? Because we are using JavaScript X, so JSX, inside this file. So we renamed it to index.tsx. We're going to be seeing some errors, which is perfectly fine. because these errors are due to a missing TypeScript configuration. But as I told you before, we'll be showing how to use a React app and Next.js with 0 TypeScript configuration. So instead, we're going to be using Next.js to create the configuration for us. What I will be doing, I rename this file. I can also rename other files if that's what you like. So I can also rename this one to .tsx. Doesn't really matter. I can also rename my API route to .ts because this has no components in there. I can just rename it TS because there are no components. You immediately see there are some errors because there are implicit any's. But before, I'm going to be rerunning the development server again by rerunning npm run dev. So what will happen? It will restart my development server, but it will also see that it needs to install some libraries, so dependencies with type definitions for Node and React. It also detected that there is a missing tsconfig.json file, and this is where the earlier hint came from. We don't have a tsconfig.json file just yet, but Next.js is creating it for us now. And now it also restarted our development server. We can actually start adding things here, so we're not really using the request. We can also use quick fixes from VS Code, so infer this from usage. We can add types usually quite easy using VS Code and then using this power. Probably not the most prettiest way to add the types, but it doesn't really matter because we're not developing this file. Let me go back to index.tsx, and as you can see, all the notifications has been gone. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, as I will be creating more videos around TypeScript, React, GraphQL, and all the other cool things that are going around on web development. Also make sure to catch my live streams, in which I'll be live streaming chapters from my book, React Projects.